people next door are like, every time I talk, they come towards me to the other way and try to listen to what I'm talking about and try to listen to my conversations. It's like a harassing spirit, like they like to do to you, harass you. And this stuff is not even cool. Like, you're not even giving people their boundaries. Like, you're trying to invade their privacy and all types. That's why I like try to be careful what I say here, because you can easily hear through the walls. You can easily hear what people's talking about. And this is how the people be getting information about you, because they be eavesdropping on you real hard. And I already know this stuff is going on, like, so it's not like they're trying to hide it, like, or nothing, because I already know. I've been through it, like, through my other place, stalking me, watching me, like, give me some space, like, leave me alone. Like, what's wrong with you? Demonic people don't have no life, they don't. And they're trying to be, like, funny about it, like, they know, like, I'm an introvert. I need my, like, boundaries. I need my privacy. Can't have people in my space, because that's, like, disrespectful, and you're invading my space. And it's how introverts don't like being bothered, like, and they know that, like, that's why they do it. They're narcissism. They have a problem. It's like psychological, something wrong with them. And yeah, I'm gonna keep making videos about it, because the evidence needs to be exposed. They need to be exposed to everybody. Let's look up something. Stalking is the repeated following, watching, or harassing another person with the intent to instill fear or gain unwarranted attention. In recent years, lawmakers have sought to more precisely define and attach a penalty to stalking. But because stalking involves a pattern of otherwise legal activity, and the motivation of the stalker is not always clear, the persecution is often difficult. Stalking is usually preceded by an obsessive interest in another person. The interest may be positive or negative. And for example, a man may be infatuated with a coworker and shower her with unwanted gifts and phone calls, even after she asks him to stop. She rightly interpreted his attention as stalking. Although his motives may seem positive to him, they are interpreted as negative by her. And conversely, a man may believe he was treated unjustly by a coworker and stalk that person as a way of exacting a revenge. Calling and then hanging up, driving slowly past the house, or following a person are all these ways a stalker may create fear. Stalkers trying to come in and listen to your conversation is a sign of harassing. These people are nuts here, like neighbors. Like, you wouldn't even believe it. And people think I'm crazy, but this stuff happens for real. What should I do if I suspect my neighbor watches my every move? If you live in a communal area, you will have to deal with all sorts of neighbors, and they may be noisy or keep loud pets or have noisy habits. The worst are probably the ones that make you feel unsafe. My neighbor watches my every move is something a lot of Americans uttered at least once. In case you have a similar problem, do not pay has got your back. We offer useful tips and tricks to prevent your neighbor from prying into your business and help you handle the situation if you can get out of hand. Neighbor stalking is frightening and unsettling, and some states even define it as neighbor harassment. It doesn't matter if the stalker is a bored or elderly lady or a seasoned neighbor attracted to you, it is considered an invasion of privacy. And there are several ways to figure out if your neighbor is spying on you. You can tell they're spying on you because they follow you to room. They follow you to every direction trying to find out stuff about you. Like, these people are like mental disturbed, low key. Their psychological problems in their brains. They have a hidden device somewhere, probably downstairs. Like a sound race. What do you call that? I don't know. But it's the people that have that, and they like listen to your conversations. Avoid them as much as you can. Wear earphones when you go out and pretend you don't hear them if they call you. Pretend if they follow you, you don't hear them. Should you report my neighbor to the authorities? If you feel that spying is harmless, you should exhaust all other options before reporting your neighbor to the authorities. The problem is that stalking can become dangerous, so if you feel an intimate threat to your safety, call 911 to report your neighbor immediately. Even when you don't perceive their behavior as harassment, you should gather evidence of their suspicious behavior. Yeah, suspicious behavior, that's why I do. Like, gather all their suspicious behavior. Have it hand down what they're doing. Because this stuff is crazy. Like, and then if it gets real bad, you go to the cops and report them. So you have to like not say certain things you don't want them to hear, like your important things, your personal life, your personal things about you and stuff. Like, if you want to say something real like personal, like, make sure you use a white noise machine or go outside and talk. Just keep everything documented what they're doing to you, because you want evidence. And you might think it's crazy that I keep making videos of this, but I'm not crazy. I have a reason why. Keep your receipts. But I'm working on moving away from here, like, soon possible. Soon as possible. Nobody should be like trying to like listen to your conversations without your consent. That's like just evil. Like, and on the outside they try to like act like they're good people, they're nice people, they don't do nothing bad, they're so harmless. They want to tell on you and make you like the bad person, but really they're the bad person because you're like doing bad things to you, like low key. They think that nobody will see it or be exposed. They follow you to room, trying to listen to on your conversations, like they're gonna find something out or something like juicy or something, because they know that the person's not gonna want to talk to them. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want nothing to do with them because I know what type of people they are. It's just sad. Especially the people next door. Like every time I'm talking, they're come like in the other room when they hear me talking. I'm like, that's the like suspicious behavior. I'm really not talking about the people downstairs because I know she's a narcissistic person. I'm talking about the people next door to me. Like, leave people alone. Like, wait, guys. Narcissistic. Narcissism. Maybe I should go downstairs and confront her, like in a note, and be like, "Can you stop following me to room because I know you're a stalker." I want to see what she says. It says, our narcissistic stalkers are narcissist stalkers. Yes, because they like destroying a person's life and seeing them do bad, and won't stop until the person is traumatized and stressed out or suffering from anxiety. They are sick. Not every narcissist is a stalker, but the probability of a narcissist becoming a stalker is higher. Narcissist doesn't handle rejection well because it's a type of criticism. Some narcissists become that way because they are indeed rejected as a child. In that case, the narcissism is actually a defense mechanism to avoid ever feeling rejected again. I believe narcissists that were rejected may become stalkers, and they will fantasize about the victim being in love with them, and they will try to interfere with the lives of the one who rejected them. They won't use text messages or phone calls because it will give them the victim as an easy way to reject them. So the result in narcissist solution is stalking. See, this is what I'm going through, guys. Why does my upstairs neighbor follow me when I moved from sound? Why does my upstairs neighbor follow me when I move from room to room and the sound his alarm when I go to leave and when I return home? And it says, my neighbor does the same thing. She stomps on the floor. This young lady makes me laugh because I keep doing my daily routine. When she's stomping ants, when she do it, I do not respond to her. You're being gaslighted. My gay neighbor does this. I'm moving because my lease is up and I got this weird. So it says, first I want to say thank you and grateful I am to the people who have posted here. I'm going through the exact same thing. It is so hard to explain to anyone what is going on. In my case, the people in question are my former neighbors. I moved because they were harassing me, and they have stalked me now across 3 moves. They make loud comments about what I'm doing and keep me from falling asleep by pounding on the ceiling right above my head. And when I wake up in the morning, the same thing, they follow me room to room and pound on the ceiling and to let me know they are where I am. And when I'm in the bathroom, they scream my name from the upstairs bathroom window. And when I'm cleaning specific parts of my body, they cheer when I take my... I don't know what she's saying. I am trying to focus on something like work, and they try to distract me. I would be grateful to anyone who could please share. Share they have been coping with the knowledge that they are being watched and how to ignore them when they are trying to let you know they can't see you. No. Can your neighbors be a nut job? Yeah, they're nut jobs. Maybe you're nosy. My upstairs neighbor is following me room to room. How does he get into your apartment to follow you? These people are unable to understand. You can get a restraining order from his entering. I wish to inform you that you may serve a written notice to your neighbor and the property management. If they do not resolve the matter, then you may file a lawsuit and request the court to order an injunction against the harassment being meted out to you, and you may contact legal aid and seek guidance in the matter. So it says, well, good for young lady at work. You're not crazy. You're not crazy. I'm living in the same situation. I'm tiptoeing in my apartment so that they can't follow me. But water faucets give it away. And then there's a heavy bang of a falling object on the top of where I am. It's scary, actually. They're also banging in the wee hours of the morning, 5 hours constantly on top of where I'm at. I'm so glad I found this thread and that it's still going on, that it's still going after all these years. I've been scouring the internet for some kind of information on what I can do and to see if there are any others who may be going through this similar situation. A guy lives in my apartment above me, and I find it extremely odd and equally as irritating that he follows me room to room in his apartment. The layouts are exactly the same, but how is it that if I go into the bathroom, he goes into his all the time, and when I leave the bathroom, he leaves his? I once walked in and right out, then ran as fast as I could to the kitchen, and he was right above my head. With each step I took, this is more than just a conscience. He drops things on the floor in the approximate spot where I am in my apartment. I was once standing in a corner behind the TV where no one would normally be, just to prove my fury. And sure enough, he dropped something or stomped right above my head. I think he does this on purpose because I complained to him about how noisy he is. From the very second he moved in, he has been a nuisance and a nightmare, and he was literally throwing boxes on the floor the day he moved in, just like letting them drop on the floor from midair sleepily. And he'd been stomping around, slamming cabinets, you name it, ever since his girlfriend, who can't weigh more than 100 pounds, comes to visit at least once in a month and stomps around like she's out of her freaking mind. She slams the toilet seat down and it sounds like a gunshot. His video game was so loud on a few occasions that I couldn't hear my own TV, and he now has some sort of animal up there that runs around constantly. It must be a cat or something, and that doesn't need to be taken outside, because I've never seen it. I can go on and on, but about what a jerk he is. It is not evident the walls here are paper thin. It's like here the walls are so paper thin. It could be possible that he can hear me walking just as well as I could hear him, and that explains why he follows me. But I live with my son and his father, so it doesn't explain how he knows when it's me walking around and not one of them. There hasn't been a single time since this started when he has not followed me into the bathroom, unless he's not at home, and he rarely leaves. I thought maybe somehow has cameras routed through the air ducts, so I close all the vents in my apartment. He still follows me every time I go into the bathroom. I called agencies that specify in counter surveillance for advice since I can't afford to hire any of them, and was once told that it's possible he could have installed a camera in his floor, my ceiling, and could be watching me. Oh, that's so sick. I rented a device that detects wireless cameras and displays what the cameras are seeing, but it never actually showed anything. The screen would show nothing but a static, yet the device was going off as if there was something it was picking up. I'm planning to go speak to the police first thing in the morning. I'm not sure what they can do with no concrete evidence, but I do want this issue to be at least be documented. Any advice? This is a serious matter, so I would appreciate only receiving responses that could potentially be helpful. Moving out is not an option right now, but even if it were, I still want this freak to be punished for what he is doing. Told you guys, this stuff really goes on. I'm not making this stuff up. Anyway, I have to go. So it says, the Lord is my shepherd, always leading us in the best way and protecting us. Psalms 23, remember that.